Let's make salad. This is my anything, everything, every day, any day salad. We'll use whatever you have in your fridge to come up with a salad that is tasty, delicious, has a lot of variety. So let's get started. What we're going to do is we're going to hunt through our fridge and our cupboards and find all our possible ingredients. So you can use leftover proteins, vegetables, raw vegetables, lettuce. You don't have to have lettuce. You can put fruit. You can put beans. You can have nuts, all sorts of things. So let's go hunt in and see what we can find in our cupboards and our fridge that could make up a salad. Okay, what did we find? So from the fridge, I have some lettuce that I used leftover from Caesar salad. I've got some leftover chicken and carrots from last night. I've got some green onions. I won't be using those. I might chop them up for my husband because he's going to have some salad. I've got the last bits of a red pepper. I've got a little bit of cucumber. Oh, I found some bacon. Grape tomatoes, some olives. I've got feta cheese, a cheese mix, hazelnuts. I've got some slivered almonds, white beans. I've got tuna. I've got chickpeas. We're not going to put everything in, but I want to just give you a variety of items that you can choose from. Any of these will work. So I'm for sure going to have the lettuce. I'm going to have the leftovers because I want to use up my leftovers. I'm skipping the green onions. I'm going to have cucumber. I'll use up the rest of this. I'm going to pass on the bacon. I'm going to use some of these cherry tomatoes. I think maybe olives. I'm still deciding. I'm going to use the feta. I'm going to skip this. I'm going to skip the hazelnuts. I'm going to use the toasted almonds. I think for my protein, I'm going to stick with the chickpeas and I'll put these all back. So let me clear it out and just have what we've got left. When I was putting all the stuff back in the fridge, I found this Granny Smith apple and I thought that would be super tasty. Okay, so let's get our stuff prepped. Some of it is already clean. These are all clean. They've been previously cleaned. I'm gonna have to rinse off my grape tomatoes and I'm gonna have to chop up my apple. I'm gonna have to rinse my chickpeas and I wanna toast up my almonds. Let me get the almonds going, but I will warn you, keep an eye on these. You do not want these to burn. You'll want to cook them on medium heat for just a couple minutes, so keep an eye on them. Do not turn your back on them. Now let me wash up and prepare these other items. After having a look at these are starting to get super wrinkly. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to roast them, but I'm not going to put them in today's salad. Okay, so let's get our bowl out. So you want to start with a bigger bowl than you think you need because you want a lot of tossing room available. Since I've got the apple here already, I'm going to start chopping it right away and just get it into the bowl. A Granny Smith apple makes a really good, crunchy, tart contrast for your salad. So we'll just toss all that in there. I do have some lettuce that's already been washed and dried, left over from Caesar salad. So I'm just going to break this up. And I'm making a salad for two, so you can make this for yourself, you can make it for a family, and you just use whatever you have in your house. There's no rules at all for this. And if you don't want to be chopping anything, you can choose items that don't need chopping. Last night we had buffalo chicken strips and some roasted carrots, so I'm just going to throw these in the salad. I'll chop them up a bit so they're more bite-sized. Any size, as long as you can either pick it up with a fork, or our preference is we like to eat our salad with a spoon so we can get in a whole good mixture. Then I've got this bit of red pepper here, and we'll just pull that apart. And we'll give it a rough chop. Oh, we're already having a lot of good variety in here. And I've got some cucumber. Gonna chop off a bunch. First, I'll cut off a piece for the dog. He is standing right below me, waiting for his veggies. I smelled the almonds. I realized that they were almost done. If you can smell them, you're on the verge. You'll see they're quite dark. I do like them that way, fortunately, but you may want to keep more of an eye on it than I just did. Sherman, what? I'm feeling like I would like some olives, just a few, and I'm going to chop them up because they're quite large. The great thing is don't chop up anything too small. You want to taste everything. And if it gets too small, they kind of all get mixed together. I think that's everything that we've got for today. For our chickpeas, we're probably going to put a good amount, and we will put the rest in the fridge. And we've got our almonds, and the reason I like slivered almonds is I don't have to chop them up. Here we go. We'll just put in how much you want. We just eyeball it. You can use a spoon if you want to be more accurate, but I don't think you have to. So now we've got a very substantial salad that just needs some dressing. You can go ahead and use a bottled dressing. There's nothing wrong with that. What I'm going to just show you is if you don't have a bottled dressing, you might have, if you've got oil and vinegar, salt and pepper, you're good to go. We always want to toss with tongs if we have them, but if you don't, use a big spoon or spoon, whatever you've got. Any utensil will work here. So the first thing that we're going to do is we are going to add our vinegar. And in our case today, we're going to do our red wine vinegar. And you'll notice there's no real magic because I don't know how much ingredients you've got in here. But I like a tart, zesty salad dressing. Pour in a couple glugs there, and we're going to toss it around and get it everywhere. And you want to toss this more than you ever imagined because it does take a while to get it onto all of our ingredients. So toss, 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 toss. Then what we're going to do is we are going to do our oil. That was about 1 tablespoon. Again, it depends how big your salad is, how much you want. You can skip oil if you don't want oil because sometimes just enough of the vinegar is good for you. And we'll add a bit of salt. I've just got a big pinch of salt. Again, this is optional based on what your preferences are. And pepper. And we're now going to give that a super good toss. And then we are going to taste it just to double check. And I suggest you taste one of the lettuce leaves, just make sure, but you want to make sure you've given it a good stir. For me, we're good to go. I hope you like this super quick, great, anything, any day, anytime salad. Let me know if you have any questions. Until next time, keep cooking.